Hey, welcome, my fellow dads. Welcome to another Fearless Friday with Become a Fearless Father. And today I'm going to talk to you about, actually, as I promised, I'm going to try and come live once a week in regards to this book. I've been reading, except for yesterday and today, 30 minutes each day in this book, and then taking notes. And one of the things that struck me out right away was that apparently most marriages collapse or are just plain old blowing up from the inside because of finances. And not just finances, but apparently because of the financial mindset that we have, which we get from when we were young, right? That has been programmed into our brain by our parents. I can't afford that. Where do you think money comes from? It's not growing on my back, and all those kind of things, right? So that develops our mindset, right? And the thing is that your partner comes from a different family, right? With different kind of quotes, sayings in regards to money. Money doesn't grow on a tree. There you go, Carl. And then two different mindsets about finances, about wealth, come together and then have to figure out how it works. And that is just going to go all over the place except for the right direction, especially because neither one thinks that there's a possibility that the other one has a different kind of financial or wealth mindset, right? So struggle starts. My house, for example, we've been struggling with this a lot. I am maybe frugal is the right way. So I got things set up in different bank accounts and all that stuff. So because we have a different mindset, we have our bank set up differently. When she has her bank account, I have mine. We collectively put money in our joint account, which is for all the payments of rent, water, gas, electricity, kid stuff, right? Food, all that good stuff. And then we each have our own bank accounts. So she has one bank account and she does everything with that. I have multiple bank accounts. So I have one bank account for my business, of course, where the money comes in. Then I have a bank account where that I use to put money in for giving, right? Very important. And then I have a bank account for later, so investments, right? I have a bank account for if shit pops off, right? Which can always happen at any moment in time. And so it's very important to have that set up as well. Plus, I also have an extra bank account for likes to have, right? Something that I like to do or like to have. I don't know, go on an extra holiday or go on a weekend away or buy an extra DVD. And of course, my as I mentioned, my bank account for business, what I use to buy business stuff. Like, for example, this for me is business stuff. So like, for example, these kind of books, or what other book do I look? Expert Secrets, great book. And everybody should get that as well. By the way, just a recommendation. Anyway, so my wife just buys all kinds of stuff, and I find it stupid stuff, right? I find that she's just spending money on whatever, and she just buys new stuff for in the house that she thinks that help, and that turns out wrong. And we used to get into arguments about that until I started realizing it's like, one, she spends her money on it, so she should do whatever she wants, right? It's not affecting me. Great, Crystal. I'm glad you like that book. And the other thing is that I got my own money, so I don't have to worry about that either, right? So now I flip it around. I look like, okay, what's she doing? So she spends the money on things to improve her life, improve her house. I noticed that, right? Now I don't always find what she buys like the most valuable thing, right? We have, I don't know, in wherever you guys are at, but my wife we here in Spain, they have Chinese stores, and the stuff that they have is just cheap, right? But cheap usually means that it will break fast or it won't work the way you think it does. So it's thrown money. Well, I think like if you think about it a little bit more, you might buy something else, spend a little bit more money, but it will do the job well and for a long time. Now I flip it in my brain saying like, look, she is trying to take action. She's trying to take action, improve her life, right, in her own way. And I am actually, one of the things that I keep telling people, if you find something, you listen to something, you think about something, take action. And that's what she's doing. So I was actually getting upset with her about something that she's already doing that's important that I see people doing. So I flipped it in my brain saying like, okay, yes, she's not spending money. She's taking action to try new things and see what works and works best, right? But of course, that fights with my financial mindset, which is more of, you need to save, you need to put money away and have money for later, right? So now that I discovered that, it's a lot easier to work things out, for at least for me to be calm and discuss that with her. And now even don't worry about it. Just be like, oh, okay, cool. She did something new. That's nice. Let's see how it works out. If it doesn't work out, great. She tried. We learned from that. We try the next thing. So it's absolutely brilliant. So really try and discover like what are the arguments in regards to money in your house, right? And then just take a step back and look at her point of view. Why is it that is happening? Look at why you get that voice in your head and alarms going off, right? And make sure that the conversation stays calm at all times, of course. And I've mentioned many times, do the breathing exercises, right? The 4x4x4x4, for example, is a great exercise for that when you feel anger or emotions or whatever it is coming up. And remember, you're only in control of what you can control of yourself. You're not in control of what she does or what she thinks. So just try and look from it from her perspective and just keep a good, conversation going. Because most likely it's something where you're messing up instead of her, right? Besides, you can't control her anyway. So yeah, I just quickly wanted to share that. It stood out to me, especially because they were mentioning, I think 50% of all marriages that go bust, that don't work out, is because of financial struggles and financial arguments. So I thought it was very valuable to mention that today. Anyway, that said, have a fearless Friday. Go out and take this financial argument with your wife by the horns and fix it. Right now, there's different financial mindsets that your wife has and that you have. So now you know what you can work on and come together on that, right? Which is very important. I hope this was valuable for you. If it was, make sure that you like this recording. Make sure that you share it with your friends if you think it can help them as well. I would really appreciate that. And lastly, pretty soon I'm going to show this real quick. This is my own comment. So I got that link in the comment section. Click on it. We'll get you to my messenger bot, which will then make sure that you'll be informed when I go live next. At first, especially in regards to the live interviews. Next week, I'll be having, I think, 4 or 5 live interviews coming up with really amazing guys again, which are going to, teach us tons of stuff. So I highly recommend click on it. Plus, if you click on it, you won't only be in my, be in the bot, you also have the opportunity to get you my new guide, which is in regards to taking care of your challenges. So good luck with that. And I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.